Hey, it's Emily and welcome to a brand new reading vlog. So today we're going to be doing something a little different. We're going to be reading two books. We're going to be reading my highest rated and lowest rated books on my TBR. I have had a look and they're sat right next to me here, and I'll quickly talk about the books and yeah, we'll just go from there. I'm going to read them and give you my thoughts and see if I agree with these ratings. So we're going to start with the lowest rated books on my TBR. I will insert the screenshot here and you can have a look for yourself, but the lowest rated book on my TBR is The Lock-In by Phoebe Luckhurst. I'm not surprised by this at all because Chloe did a vlog like this where she read this and she said it was the lowest rated on her TBR. I think I bought this in a charity shop ages ago for like £1 or £2 because I thought it was pretty and it sounded interesting. However, everyone I've heard talk about it either DNFs it or gives it a really low rating. So I'm intrigued to see if I agree with them. Maybe I will. It says on the back, I'll quickly read this to you. You've heard of a locked room mystery, now get ready for a locked room rom-com. A hilarious story of housemates and hangovers, friendships and dating as Ellen, Alexa, Jack and Ben discover what the worst ever morning after the night before really looks like. So I think they get locked in their floods maybe? I think something in their flat floods and they get locked in. They get locked in their attic, I think. I have heard though from Chloe that she didn't really like it at all. She, I think, DNF'd it if I remember correctly, so haven't got the highest of expectations, but I do think the naked hardback is really pretty. So that's something. I'm trying to be optimistic, but if it ends up being a DNF or a low rating, then at least I'm going in with low expectations. Equally, we have the highest rated books on my TBR, and I'll pop the image here as well. And with a really high rating of 4.76, it's Ghosts, the brought to life book. I don't know if this is cheating, but it is on my TBR. I count it on my TBR on my spreadsheet, on my GOODREADS. And this has come at a really good time, actually. I have just finished watching all of the Ghost TV show episodes, just the UK one. I haven't ever watched the US one. I got given it for Christmas this year by some family and that's the gift tag from the present. But I really, really enjoyed this show. I even a couple of years ago dressed up as Julian for Halloween. So this is obviously a non-fiction, which will be interesting. So I know it has some like general information, goes through the characters, and then I believe it goes through the episodes, each episode. But I must say I'm so excited to read this. I genuinely cannot wait to get straight into this, especially because the episodes are going to be so fresh in my mind. And I love these guys. Are they called like the Six Idiots? The people that write it, the Six Idiots, the ones that did Horrible Histories, Yonderland and all that. So yeah, I'm so excited. But there we have it. We have my two books for this vlog. I feel like this one's kind of cheating because it's not like a full novel, but it is a book on my TBR. I've never read any of it and I am so excited to read it. So there we go. These two books I'll be reading in this vlog, a kind of green theme. Two housemates, two best friends, one old flame and a very stuck door, and then a fun non-fiction about a TV show that I've really loved. So there we go. I'll catch up with you in a bit when I've started one of them. I don't know which I'm going to start first, but I will let you know when I start one of them. Hello, so I'm sat on a bench and on my work lunch the next day. Yesterday I read the first like 120-ish pages of Ghosts and I'm really enjoying it. I am loving picking it up and just reading about it, and like I read basically over half of it last night, and I'm just loving reading information about the show and how they came up with the ideas and things like that. And so now I'm on my lunch break and sat outside in the park reading, and yeah, just cracking on with it because I just want to keep reading. I don't want to put it down. It's hard to think of a rating. I don't know how I would rate this. Also, I apologise for the noise. Like, the park is near-ish a main road, so if you can hear cars and stuff, over me, I'm sorry. Yeah, as I was saying, it's hard to think of a rating for this because it's not like, I don't know, like it's not trying to achieve anything apart from just like explaining their thought processes and like the filming process and what happened. It's like almost like, do you rate a science textbook? I'm getting that sort of vibe in terms of rating. Maybe I will just give it 5 because I am loving it and it's just so nice to read. Yeah, it's like, how do you rate something like this where it's literally just explaining the filming process, the writing process, going through each individual episode, all the characters and like how they came to fruition. This was obviously written after all the series had finished, and so it's interesting hearing the actors reflect on like the earlier seasons, knowing the outcome of the later seasons, so that's quite interesting. But yeah, overall I'm enjoying it. I'm going to keep reading. I feel like I haven't got much else to say because it literally is just them talking about how they made the show, but apart from that, I'm going to enjoy the sun and the wind apparently, and I'll catch up with you later tonight. Hopefully I want to finish this tonight, so we'll see. Hello, so it's now that same evening and I have finished Ghosts Brought to Life, and I did rate it in the end. I did give it 5 stars. I just had such a fun time reading all about the show and it made me want to rewatch it all again, even though I only finished it like 3 weeks ago. I loved reading little like trivia things and just learning about little hidden things that I didn't necessarily pick up watching it the first time, but if I watch them again then I'll definitely pick them up. It was just interesting to hear about their like hair and makeup and the set, and like hear from other people's perspectives as well as the like core 6, so like the production team and things like that and the costume team. And yeah, it was just really fascinating and interesting to read, and I nearly got emotional at the end when they were talking about saying goodbye at the end of the finale and the Christmas episode, and it just, yeah, made me emotional saying goodbye to these characters because I just love them. And I did see there's also their other book, which is the Button House Archives, I think it's called, and there's also an audiobook for that one narrated by the cast, so I think I'll definitely look at getting that one. I've popped it on my wish list for now, but like it's just been so interesting to read about them and get to know the characters more and pick up on things, like I said, pick up on things that you wouldn't necessarily see in the show watching for the first time, or when there's nods to other shows or nods to movies, and some of them I did pick up watching, but also there's ones that I didn't necessarily. So yeah, it was just, yeah, a good fun time, and I just really enjoyed it. So yeah, I did give it 5 stars. I think it's obviously hard to rate a non-fiction like this where it is just like facts more than like a story. I don't know what's the right word to say, but like it is hard to rate something like this, but I think because I just had such a fun time reading it and I have such a connection to the show that it was an easy 5 stars for me. And I just felt like, yeah, I agree with this being one of the highest rated books on my TBR. I feel like I need to do it again and read like a fiction novel, so we'll see. But yeah, it was nice, and I'm glad I read it. And yeah, I binged it, well, I say I binged it across like 2 days. It is only like 200 something pages, but yeah, it was just really fascinating, really interesting. So there we go. I feel like I haven't got much more to say. I'm just repeating myself now, but it is time to pick up the second book of this vlog, which I am a little nervous for. We have The Lock-In by Phoebe Luckhurst. This is like the other end of the scale as one of the least or lowest rated books on my TBR. Well, it is the lowest rated books on TBR, the point of reading it for this vlog. Yeah, and the font is quite big on the page, so hopefully it won't take too long to read. I'm intrigued. I think this is the sort of book that I won't necessarily give a second chance, so if I'm not feeling it on first read, it probably will be like an unhaul and just get rid of permanent hard DNF. I don't think I'm really in the mood to soft DNF a book like this, but we'll see. I don't want to go into it thinking I will DNF, because I picked it up for a reason the first time when I saw it in a charity shop. Like, I picked it up because it sounded interesting to me and I thought the cover was nice. But we're going to give it a good go. I might start it tonight, I might read a chapter or 2, but I'll give you an update when I've actually started this with any thoughts and opinions. 3 housemates, 2 best friends, 1 old flame, and a very stuck door. So I'll catch up with you soon. look horrendous this morning, but I'm sat reading The Lock-In by Phoebe Luckhurst, and I've read two chapters, and I already don't care. I just like don't want to read this. I don't want it to put me in a slump, so I'm going to give it to like page 50-ish, because I'm on page 33. Is there a chapter break around page 50? Oh my god, how long is this next chapter? Okay, the next chapter takes us up to page 55, so I might just get to there and read that. That's such a long chapter. Well, I mean, it's like 22 pages, but still, I'm going to read that and then we'll see if I want to keep going. At the minute, I'm just like, if I unhaul this book, I'm going to be at no loss. Like, I'm not going to want to know what happens. I'm guessing at the end of the book, they get out of the attic. They literally get locked in the first chapter, and it's just like so like infuriatingly silly, like almost like a comedy TV show that everything is going wrong, and but it's not done in a funny way. Like I don't know. Like, I'm not finding it funny if it's meant to be funny. Chloe's read it before. I did check on Goodreads. Chloe's read it before, gave it 1 star and said, if you have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all, as her review. And then I've just messaged Rachel because I remember her picking it up, but I didn't see it on Goodreads. And I asked her, did you ever read/finish it? And she said, no, I DNF'd and unhauled. I said to her that I was like 2 chapters in and not really feeling it. And Rachel was just like, get rid. So yeah, I'm gonna give myself till page 50. I also wanted for you guys to have some content, like I didn't want to just give up straight away. I feel like page 50 is a good point. I think just because I'm already like not wanting to read this, I already don't care for the characters. I'm finding them all irritating, apart from the character that is meant to be irritating from the sounds of things. Already the author is pitching the one night stand that's stayed over as being like a weirdo, but actually he's not being a weirdo, and he's actually trying to help and trying to be positive and is trying to get stuck in. Yes, he's shirtless, but it's like then the other characters are like, ugh, what's he doing? Why is he like that? When actually he seems to be trying to help. I don't know, maybe I'm just reading it wrong, but like he seems to be the only one that I actually like at the minute. So far we've only had the first 2 chapters were from like, it's written in 3rd person, but it's from Ellen's point of view. We're about to start chapter 3, which is Alexa. But yeah, I just kind of don't care. So I feel like, yeah, I don't have high hopes. I will probably DNF this. I don't know. I'm trying not to think with that attitude because I don't want to be like, I'm just waiting for the right moment to DNF because I should just DNF. But like, I'm trying to give it a chance. I'm just really not getting along with like the characters, the author's like writing style. I don't know. It's almost like it's trying to be funny and it's not landing. But yeah, I'm going to keep reading. Like I said, 22 pages. It's taken me a while to read. Like, I'm reading each page really slowly, which is weird because the font is like huge. About to start chapter 3, and I'll let you know at the end of chapter 3 if I am continuing at page 55. So wish me luck. As promised, I got to page 55 and I don't know. As I said, got to page 55, chapter 4, which is now Jack's perspective. I enjoyed that one a lot more, that chapter. Well, I say a lot more, I enjoyed it more. I think what I don't like is some of the other characters. Ellen, I find her very irritating already, and I think because she wasn't present in that chapter, this was just like the evening before the lock-in, Alexa and her date, on their date, Ben, this mysterious one-night stand guy, who isn't really a one-night stand, like they've been on dates before, like it's not like a random hookup. I like Ben. He's like the best part of this book so far, but the rest of it isn't really redeemable for me to continue. I'm finding it hard to justify carrying on for like any other reason apart from I like Ben. But like, I think I liked that chapter because it wasn't in the locked-in attic, so that was good because it was actually realistic in a way, and also the annoying characters weren't there. So like the rest of the book is going to have obviously the annoying characters in because they're the ones that are locked in with them, whereas that chapter was Alexa and Ben on a date the night before. So yeah, I think I am going to DNF. I think life's too short. I have so many books on my shelf that I am excited for. It's May tomorrow. I want to start my TBR fresh. I just don't want to waste my time on a book that I'm probably not going to enjoy, and if I'm only carrying on for the sake of one character being like decent, not even like massively likable, but like he's the best part of this book, I don't know, I'm just not vibing with the writing style. I know Victoria, I think, rated it 4 stars. I want to say that's what Goodreads said when I had a look. I just don't care enough to continue. I can understand personally why it's the lowest rated on my TBR. I'm finding it just very cringy. Like, the author's constantly trying to like add little like funny comments in brackets. Like, there's so many like sentences, and then there'll be like a little bracket and be like some witty comment, but that's not witty. Like, it doesn't land properly. That's my personal opinion anyway. Like, clearly the humour is not matched with mine, and that's fine. If it's other people's humour, then that's good for them. Like, it's just not matching up with what I'm finding funny. Like, I just think I land flat. For me, anyway. I feel like I'm rambling. No shame to anyone who does like this book, like, at all. I just am personally not enjoying it and finding it cringy, and I'm just finding the locked in moments already are so annoying for me. Like, how are they literally in this situation where there's no way they can get back out this room? Like, they've named like 30 items that are in this attic with them that could be used. Yes, it would damage the door, but could be used to get the door open. So yeah, all they've done is shout out a window being like, help, we're stuck up here. And they're like, oh, well, can't get out. Let's try again in half an hour. And so I think it will be a nice bonding experience for them as the book goes on. But at the other minute, they seem to be all right friends anyway. Like, it's not like there's tensions in the group. It's not like they've fallen out or there's like a resolution that needs to be had. They already seem to be good friends. Like, they're already playing a game of Risk together as a group and getting along fine while they're stuck in the attic. Like, it's not like, you know, there's a breakup and there's, you know, 2 ex-partners in the room together, or like enemies, or, you know, work colleagues that hate each other. There's like no real tension that would then be resolved. At least at the minute, I don't feel like there is. Like, the biggest tension is that like this guy that Alexa's just been on a date with is also stuck up there with them. And I feel like there's probably going to be a romance plot between the 2 of them. As the book goes on, they realise actually like they do like each other. However, I feel like that's just, I don't know, it's not really worth my time in a way. So yes, I am going to DNF and I'm going to move on. And yeah, life's too short for books that you're not loving, and it's not even like I'm enjoying this book a little bit. It's just like, ugh. I feel like my opinions are more negative than positive at this point, and I'm only 55 pages in and already can't stand like characters. Maybe they are redeemable at the end. Maybe I'll read some reviews, but I have no interest in picking this up. Like, I think I am just gonna DNF and unhaul because I just don't care. I don't care enough. But yeah, on that note, I'll wrap up this vlog. So yes, on that note, I'm gonna now officially remove the bookmark. I'm trying to be getting better at DNFs. It's just a shame that they're appearing in the vlogs. So we had opposite ends of the spectrum. We had a 5-star read with Ghosts Brought to Life, which was my highest rated book on my TBR. 100% agree. Absolutely loved reading this, and it was just such a fun time, and I got emotional at the end because I loved watching this TV show and I loved the cast and all that, so that was fantastic. And then we just ended with a DNF. So literally opposite ends of the schedule? Spectrum was the word I meant to say. But yes, ending with a DNF. I don't really care about this. I've just given my reasons, so I won't go into it again. But yes, I agree with both of these like ratings and rankings on my TBR because my thoughts have aligned with them. But yes, giving up on this and loved this. So yes, thank you so much for watching this vlog. If you made it to the end, then I really do appreciate it. Maybe leave like a ghost emoji because that was the 5-star read of this vlog. I don't mind getting a DNF if I've also got a 5-star read, so that's all right. But there we have it. Please give it a like if you enjoyed it and subscribe if you are new around here because I really do appreciate each and every one of you. And I look forward to seeing you soon with a brand new video. Bye.